Today's episode of Off the Timeline covers what if Giancarlo Stanton was drafted by the Chicago Cubs. Have you ever wondered what happens when you inject 245 pounds of pure launch angle into the heart of Wrigley Field? Congratulations, you might be Giancarlo Stanton, or a very intense Cubs fan in a sleeveless jersey eating beef jerky out of a batting glove. This is the fake story of Giancarlo Stanton. Drafted by the Cubs in 2007, this universe, loved by fans, feared by pitchers, feuded with everyone from Bryce Harper to Gravity, and eventually elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame after a brief pause to let the BBWAA finish streaming into their spreadsheets. This isn't your typical highlight reel. This is an alternate universe where dingers are currency, controversy is cardio, and the North Side became the home of the Stantonian Revolution. Let's dive in. Chapter 1. The Cubs draft Stanton, and the league panics, 2007 to 2011. In our timeline, the Cubs took Josh Vitters in 2007. In this timeline, they said nah and picked a 6'6 high schooler from Sherman Oaks who hit baseballs so hard they entered witness protection. Vitters, never heard of him. Stanton hits a ball in Double-A so far, a family in Naperville files a noise complaint. By 2009, Stanton is in the big leagues. By 2010, he's hit homers over the ivy and into orbit. By 2011, he's beefing with Alfonso Soriano over clubhouse music and launching baseballs at statues. Stanton isn't a slugger. He is the main character of Wrigleyville. Chapter 2. The MVP that broke a microphone, 2012 to 2014. In 2012, Giancarlo Stanton begins his MVP campaign by crushing 46 homers and calling Bryce Harper a sandbox version of power. Things only escalate. He wins MVP in 2014 after hitting 51 home runs and slugging .631, a season so loud Statcast had to upgrade their servers. But the NLCS against the Cardinals, Stanton goes 0 for 4 in Game 7, ends the Cubs season, and spikes his helmet so large it lodges in a peanut vendor's throat. With one SportsCenter anchor saying Stanton's helmet reportedly tested positive for rage and pine tar. Chapter 3. The $322 million solo home run, 2015 to 2016. After his MVP season, the Cubs say, give the man a continent. They signed him to a 12-year, $322 million deal, making him the most expensive Wrigleyville attraction since Chicago pizza inflation. One fan says he's worth every penny. Another says we could have signed 9 starting pitchers and still had change for the bullpen taco bar. Stanton puts up solid numbers, 40-plus homers, all-star nods, but the Cubs lose to Jacob deGrom and a Mets team that looked like it time traveled from a 1999 Mountain Dew commercial. In 2016, Stanton helps lead the Cubs to the World Series. Game 7, ninth inning, tie game, 2 outs, Stanton steps up. Announcer, and he grounds out to second. Wrigley collectively weeps into their souvenir cups. Chapter 4. The Decline, the Kids, and the Passive-Aggressive Instagram Captions, 2017 to 2021. Post-2016, Stanton's power drops slightly, and his hamstrings begin whispering early retirement. New Cubs star Jackson Gomez rises, switch hitting, clutch, zero interest in protein powder, the clubhouse divides. Old school says respect Stanton. New school says okay boomer Carlo. Meanwhile, Stanton beefs with Aaron Judge, tall yes, original no. Christian Yelich, who says milk toast with barrel speed. Ronald Acuña Jr., your Fortnite in cleats, not a ball player. 2021 arrives, Stanton hits his 500th home run. The Cubs lose in Game 7, again. Stanton ends the year on a warning track flyout. Fans begin wondering, this is it. Spoiler, no, we still got a couple more chapters. Chapter 5, The Trade, The Almost Ring, and the Ghost Pepper Redemption, 2022 to 2024. In 2022, Stanton is traded to the Arizona Diamondbacks, and suddenly he's reborn. Post-deadline, 17 homers in 60 games. The Diamondbacks reached the World Series and faced the Yankees, led by Aaron Judge. In Game 6, Stanton hits a walk-off. In Game 7, grounds out again. Baseball's poetry, painful, sweaty poetry. He stays in Arizona for a final season. Bats .211 and finishes third in the clubhouse ping pong rankings behind two interns. In 2024, he signs with Baltimore to mentor young stars and occasionally hit moonshots off position players. Also becomes the oldest player ever to be moonwalked on after a home run by Jackson Holliday. Chapter 6, the WBC, the retirement, and the podcast nobody expected, 2025 to 2026. 2025, Stanton tries to play for Team Italy in the WBC. He hits one home run, pulls a lat, and retires quietly. Then launches the podcast called Swing State, which becomes weirdly good. On episode 1, exit velocity isn't about how fast the ball leaves, it's about how fast you leave the haters behind. He interviews Harper, Gomez, and even Tatis Jr. They all admit, yeah, we were jealous. Chapter 7, the Hall of Fame Media Apocalypse, 2032 to 2034. Stanton hits the Hall of Fame ballot in 2032, and suddenly the baseball world remembers how to argue like the Facebook thread from 2008. BBWAA arguments, he only hit 263, but 568 home runs, bro. He never won a ring. Neither did Ernie Banks, and you worship that guy like a baseball god. He falls short in year one at 61.8%. In response, he drops the limited edition NFT of his 2014 MVP swing titled Try Again, Nerds. Chapter 8, The Redemption Arc. Stanton launches his own campaign. Literally, hires a marketing firm called Launch Angle & Sons. Goes on ESPN, Fox, Hot Ones, eats the ghost pepper, survives, says it reminds him of the 2016 NLCS. MLB Network runs Giancarlo Week. Statcast introduces a new metric, legacy distance. He earned 78.4% of the vote in year 2, elected. Harper tweets about time. Chapter 9, the induction and the last swing. Cooperstown, 2034. He wears a Cubs cap, rocks a sleeveless induction suit, and opens his speech with, to the pitchers I faced, thank you for the heaters. The ones who threw sliders and 2-0 counts, I hope you're watching this from the dugout. He launches a ceremonial home run over the wall and into the parking lot, denting a Prius belonging to a BBWAA voter who left it off their ballot. Stanton smiles. That one's for you, Barry from Toledo. Chapter 10, Legacy Mode activated. The hall includes his bat, his helmet, and his shoulder press record. MLB The Show releases Stanton Mode. Every swing either hits 450 feet or breaks your controller. Statues go up in Wrigley, Arizona, and surprisingly Baltimore. A new generation of hitters list Stanton as their favorite player. One little leaguer. He taught me it's okay to strike out, as long as you swing like the universe owes you something. Conclusion. Was Giancarlo Stanton perfect? Nope. Did he win a ring? Also nope. Did he make baseball louder, funnier, and more dramatic for nearly 2 decades? Absolutely. This was the Stanton era, where baseballs flew, microphones shattered, and Chicago almost broke the curse twice. And when it was all said and done, they carved his name in the Cooperstown, in all caps, just like he'd want it. Thanks for watching. Smash that like button like Giancarlo smashes sliders. And remember, swing hard, they might just vote you in. Eventually.